What's up, my pilots? Lucky Poncho here. I looked to the left just now into my like video preview over here, and noticed that there's a huge difference in my skin color between my face and my neck. Like my face is so red. Like I thought it was just me, but apparently I just have a red face all the time. Like I look like I've been drinking. Like I drank a little caffeine today, but no booze. Like why is my face so red all the time? It's not hot in here. I'm not embarrassed. Theodore's creeping. He's over there thinking about walking on my laptop, which he knows he's not allowed to do. But he needs to come make his appearance anyway. Come here, Theodore. Come here. You want to climb on my shoulder? I know you do. He's mad because I closed the blinds. And he wants to be able to look out the window. Damn it. Let's step back into our habit tracker, shall we? So, yesterday was the first day where we're skipping the check for... You little shit. He's just going from window to window. I'm going to go open a window for him. One moment, okay? Yeah, Theo? Yeah, now you can see outside. And it's like brighter than the surface of the sun in here. Look at the... This is why I have it shut. It's like, blasting. My fucking chair. There we go. I have to scoot my chair in a certain way so that the footrest I have under there, the legs of the chair hit it like that. Because if they hit it like that, I can't get close enough to the footrest. And I'm having to like bonk it and then like wiggle it to kind of get it to turn. First of all, now he's climbing the walls. What the... We saw that, Theo. Fucking watching you, dude. All right. Back to the task at hand. So, updating the habit. Updating the habit tracker. We've got some more check marks. Yesterday actually ended up being a pretty good day for checks. We made it up to 50%, which is nice. And it was a busy day. It's especially good considering it's a 50% where we didn't even get to play D&D last night. My group on Tuesdays has this tendency to call out at the last minute. Sometimes a few hours before, sometimes like an hour before, but whatever. That's kind of the perennial curse of Dungeons and Dragons is the hardest part of the game is not defeating the monsters. It's getting 5 adults in one room at a scheduled time. Calendar is the real boss. See, I think overall things are going pretty well. I think for me to be like content and feel like I'm in a good spot, I want to be at like 60-70% on these. Above that, like I'm doing well, I'm feeling productive, I'm doing my stuff, it's all good. And below that, it's kind of like I want to do better, I want to improve. And we're really not going to get to those numbers unless some of these boxes start being filled in. So that's coming before too long here. But like I said, even if it's not perfect, it's still worth doing. Just because it keeps you motivated, it keeps you going. This early bird check is one that's a struggle for me. I just give myself that one when I get up after my first alarm without snoozing. Man, it is hard to not snooze. Surprisingly hard. I want to pop in on a chronometer here. This is the software that I used for calorie tracking and weight tracking and stuff. And I was curious. The last Vloggy Poncho video was in November of 2014, which is right back here. So around, look at that. Anyway, around, I was feeling productive right then. You can tell because that's when a few of the videos came out. 172, I think, was where I was down around there. 171, somewhere between there and 185 in this range. Now I'm over here. 250. I weigh the most I have ever weighed, and I am ashamed of it. I know your weight as a number isn't really an indicator of your health, but at least like directly. But I haven't gotten taller or put on more muscle since these data points, so for me it is. I actually have less muscle now than I did when I weighed like 185, because that's when these drops here are for me getting back into going to the gym. That's what caused those precipitous drops. So what I'm hoping for is we see another one of these pretty soon, and then it goes flat for a while. So I just thought I'd clue that in just for our reference here for the future. Can show full data. Oh, look at that. Yeah, and it's kind of interesting too how I'm checking on it less and less as as it goes up, and you can even see here a few points where there's more data points, and the number's going down because those correlate with me giving a crap. All right, let's do the Quordle. This is something that Cardigan mentioned to me. I'd forgotten that this was a thing. Basically, just play 4 Wordles at once. And I think the strategy that you have to do for this is a little bit different than the strategy for a single word. Because when I'm doing a single word, I'm trying to get it in as few guesses as possible. But for the Quordle, your challenge is to get all 4 words. And I think in order to most consistently get all 4 of them, you need to kind of do like a survey technique where your first 3 or 4 words hit 15 or 20 different common letters, and then you solve each puzzle, bang, 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 bang. Hopefully with the ones that you know the most on, giving you a couple extra letters on the ones you didn't hit on. I'll show you what I mean. So let's try and come up with a few words that hit some common letters here. I'm going to go chart, and I'm not even looking at how much of that I've got a result from, because I already know my next word needs to not use any of those letters. So let's try one with like, we can do, no, Civ has 2 E's. I don't want any repeats. I can go P-O-I-S-E. Yeah. Poise. Marks off a bunch of letters. Let's see if I can get a third one in here. I need a U and a Y. So thinking buggy, saggy. No, I already have S-A. I need the U, not the G. I already used P. How about lunge? It reuses the E on the end. I don't really like that. What else can I do that does it with a Y? Funky? I think funky is all new letters. Yeah, let's put that in. All right. So now we've hit 15 of the letters. And we've got some letters on each. Some more than others. So I think I can solve top left probably. It's an F in the first spot, and then CKE in later positions. I feel like there's only so many words this could be. Like fecko. No. What word has? So it's probably something like that. Like that. Fleck, I think works. Boom. All right, and that lets us put in an L on our other columns just to see if that L appears in those words. So now I'm going to try and solve top right, since we have the most data there now. So it's C blank E, and we're reusing an A and an R. So it's like C-A, something like that. Could also have the R at the end. You know, like, we know it's not clear because we already tried L. What other words could go there? Starting with C. Where could the A be? It's not going to be before the E. It could be at the end. What does that look like? I'll often use X's just to fill in spaces and see, like, does that look like a word? No, I don't think there's any English word where that X is another letter and it works. Okay, so I don't think the A is at the end either, which means I think we have this puzzle. So either the R is at the end or it's in the second position. I can't think of any word that ends like that. CR. Oh, it could be. Oh my god, is it actually? No, crema's not a word. It could be cream, though. Cream would work. Why do I always go for crema before cream? Maybe it's just that I eat more crema. Okay. So now I have to decide which of the other two we have the most left on. And see, again, now we guessed M while solving another puzzle, and it put an M on the lower left board. So this is how I do Octortle. Do a little survey of either 3 or 4 words that don't have any repeats, and then try to one-shot snipe each of the 4 words, and go with the one that you have the most information first, because the extra letters you add to it will give you more information than the others. P-R-E-U. Okay, so that's got to be... Oh, I was going to say it has to be purse, but no, there's a bunch of reasons that's wrong. Could be erupt, but we don't have a T, right? Because R is not in the second position either. Oh, it's EPRAM, of course. We also have a UE, but it doesn't end in UE. I hear crimes. He's just back there being a cat. Which is a crime, to be clear. But it's a good one. It's like stealing from the rich to give to the poor. Let's see, so maybe we go like reply, repulse. I'm not sure about that one. Maybe I can get the bottom left one next. Because it has M, and we have U and Y. So it's probably something like that, like muggy or muddy. Oh, geez. I don't want to guess if it's between 2 letters, because it's oftentimes you just waste your guess. And we're not getting any new information for the other words, because we've already guessed M, U, and Y in those places. The only new information we would get for the bottom right would be if there's an M at the beginning. And we already know there's not. Alright, so I think it's got to be the bottom right. What is left? Purge. P-U-R-G-E. Nope. Many reasons that's wrong. It doesn't start with P. I guess burp. E-burp. What would an e-burp be? Like... Well, maybe it's like when your cat steps on your keyboard and you send a message that's just like nonsense. Like, oh, sorry, e-burp. Involuntary typing. So let's go. Like reply. No. I really doubt that it's... I mean, it could be something that, you know, like has an E. Well, it doesn't have an E at the end. So the E is either in the second position, first, second, or fourth. If E is in the fourth, the last letter might be D. Like rooped, rupee. Rupee doesn't work because U's not in the second position. I don't think I can have E in the fourth position without U in the second. So I think that means E must be in the first or second. So if it's in the second, we're going to have a vowel in the center and probably end up with a U. Yeah, I am not seeing what word this could be. This is a tough one today. So what letters are we not using? Maybe this is a... Well, it doesn't start with W-R because R is not in the second. You could have... If the word ends in R-U-P, that's acceptable. Or it could be... ends in P-U-R. So it's like... I'm thinking like whooper? You know, it's like something like that. We don't have the U in the second position is the problem. So it would have to be something that followed that pattern, and that doesn't seem to work. Maybe E is the first letter. I think that forces the R to be in the third or fifth, right? So it's probably... This is a tough one. All right, you know what? All right, so we'll go over on the left side then. Gummy. Nice. Yeah, and as you can see, filling in that word gave us nothing new in the bottom right. So, well, that sucks, except for the fact that there's no G in it. Something, I guess. We got 2 guesses left. I'm playing on hard mode, too, where every guess is a potential answer. And I'm not doing any words just to eliminate positions. That's another reason that some of these get to be pretty tough. So I'm thinking like refer, you know, like differ, like these are not words is the problem. Plus it's a P. Deeper. Maybe it is a word that has U or EU as the vowels. Like, I don't know, I'm thinking like is it Freud is spelled like that, right? It could be like, you know, I'm thinking like puerile, you know. Man, this is a rough one today. I don't normally get this stumped on a Quordle. Where do we go from here? Just thinking of any words that fit. All right, let's just try something that uses more letters. Fill in a guess that's definitely not it, but might help us. Let's go D. I want to put the E in the second position. Debug. Sure. All right. All right, well, so now man, that did nothing for us. It doesn't have a D or a B. It must be a double letter. That's why I thought of rupee so much earlier, but unfortunately that doesn't work. All right, so we know the U is not in the second or fourth position. Maybe the word's... Oh, it's usurp, you idiot. Right? It's a double U. Oh, no, there's an E in this word. What the fuck is this word? Okay, so the E has to be first or fourth. I don't think that with the E first, we're going to have the U third or fifth. So I don't think the E is first. So that means that the E must be fourth. If the E is fourth, I think that puts the U in front or third. Maybe there's there's no Q. Right? QU, because it can't end in QUE. You can't start with QUE either. There's no S. So it's not SQU something. Man. I wonder how many of y'all have gotten this. If you figured out the word before I did, leave it in a comment. Because I feel like I'm going to go when I finally figure it. Also, this has been like 10 minutes of me staring at Octordle, so I'm sure I've lost most people by now. If you're still watching and I'm not on like your third monitor that you just listened to, even if I am on your third monitor that you just listened to, thanks for sticking around. I'll give you a little extra nugget of Theo at the end to reward you. What am I missing here? It's like something that ends in EW, maybe? Like purview. U. Does that work? Is it upper? Is it a double P? Because I was thinking double E. Does this work? R could be at the end. E could be fourth. Tough one. Upper. Yeah, common word. Just tough to come up with. This was a tough day, I think, because two of the puzzles had double letters like that, and those are often the ones that really kind of stick, because you only end up getting four letters, and so instead of getting five yellows, you can only ever get four, unless you have the letter repeated already. So sometimes you end up trying to figure out, like, what is the fifth letter in this word? And there is no fifth letter in the word. I think that's where I got stuck around guesses 6 and 7 there. All right, come here, Theodore. You're about to be on camera, bud. Oh, Jasper's here too. Come here, pup. Come here. No, you gotta face the camera. Come over here. Come here. And now up on this leg. Right here. Right there. Right here. Why do you not want to face the... Oh, she doesn't want to turn her back on Theo. She's nervous. Theo has become a very protective brother for Saluna. And that means occasionally Jasper will do something to Saluna that Theo doesn't like, and Theo will smack the ever-loving crap out of her. Soft paws, no claws, but still, we're not encouraging it. Come here, Theo. I'm using you for internet views. Yes. It's time, Theodore. He just goes full lump. He's purring right now. He likes to be held. You want to look at the camera? He's like, no, I refuse to participate. Where do you think you're going, bud? This is why we got you. You're here for internet clout, Theo. He's just looking down like, unhand me at once, sir. All right. Oh, there he goes. Look at my fancy butthole. Everybody does. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you tomorrow.